What's up, everyone? You're listening to Supercar Stories, the Fast Business podcast. We're here with Emil, who's been all over the internet lately, so he probably needs no introduction. But he's the founder of NG Realty. Came to Australia when he was 16.
16, correct.
Yeah, and founder of One Life Club, or co-founder of One Life Club.
Correct.
And a bunch of other cool things as well. We've got Mr. Higgs on the podcast.
Hey
Say hello,
guys.
Mr. Higgs.
Hello, everyone.
And Mr. Beckett over here as well. And if you haven't seen already, we've got Emils 1 of 250 Lamborghini Aventador Ultimates in the background there in beautiful red. It's an amazing car. We just saw it roll in and...
Orange.
Yeah, orange, kind of orange/red. Yeah.
I have to say that because when I was buying the car, I think they charged me like $50,000 extra for the
For
option
orange,
to have
yeah.
this car. So every time somebody says red, I was like, but it's orange.
It's orange.
Because it's so much, it cost me so much extra. I was like, let me clarify that because it's painful when I was paying the extra.
Oh, no, cool. Well, I'm sorry for that. in
Nah,
advance.
it's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, we all need hearing aids now. So after the car rolled in,
We heard it before we saw it, that's
Yeah.
for sure. But it's only going to get better.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the point of the podcast, Emil, is giving the audience a bit of a background on how you got into the driver's seat of your dream car, basically.
It's stolen. You don't have to work for it. Just look for one in a surface paradise. Just break in and that's it.
Yeah, easy
Yeah, no,
job
just
done.
joking. Thank you very much for having me on your show and what a setup you guys have. And, look forward to watching many more episodes.
Yeah, we've got a few cool guests lined up in the wings, and a few more coming up. We've got a post actually. So
Yeah, we've got a few more that you haven't seen,
Definitely look
They're
forward to it.
in the editing suite.
but I'm sure you know them.
Yeah, definitely look forward to it.
Yeah. So do you want to give us a bit of a background on like where you came from and specifically how you kind of like engineered your life to be able to drive the cars that you do?
Man, it's been a very long journey. Every time, when I look back from where I am today and how journey went, it's definitely been challenging, which is one thing that I always keep telling young individuals. For them to be in driver's seat of any supercar, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a lot of sacrifices, hard work for anybody to get to that position to actually drive one. So with me, I was born, overseas, and there's a little country that I came from. Used to be Yugoslavia, and then got broken into 6 countries, had a civil war. So my upbringing was not normal. From age 11 till age 15 and a half, there was a civil war. We grew up with, there was no school, there was no electricity, no clean water, bombs flying anyway, and you end up losing a lot of family members,
Wow.
in a bloody war. And the second war finished. My dad wanted to take his family as far as he could from where we grew up, I guess. And I think Australia was as far as you can basically go. He said, I'm taking my family there so they never have to experience this. So when I came here at age 16, I was already successful in my head because, it was peaceful here. There was no bombs flying around my head. To me, it couldn't get any worse. I can only go forward from there. And, went to grade 10, 11, 12 here. I barely finished high school. I was definitely hated school. For some reason, even every time I pass, any school now, I was like, oh my God, I hated, the time that I spent there. I always felt that everything I was learning in school, it wasn't what I would use for the rest of my life. But, for the sake of my mom and dad, I finished grade 12. And then I thought, I was always entrepreneurial because even at a young fucking age, because we were growing up so poor, at age 4 or age 5, I was always entrepreneurial, I guess, because I had to teach myself to have nicer things in life because we were so poor I couldn't afford my own bicycle, and a lot of other kids, they had bicycles, and I would created this little business. I would wash other kids' bicycles, let's say for 50 cents, so I can end up buying myself one day a bicycle, and I did, and then at age 11 when war started, we were, everything was shut. There was no shops, there was nothing, and in the city where we were living, we were basically surrounded, but only way you can eat if you buy food, whatever you can buy, bread, or if you buy it, whatever, what you would call it, black market, between the buildings, where the bombs are flying, and but if you got no money, you can't fucking eat, literally. So you had to, we were waiting for United Nations to give us some food so we can actually eat. But I thought to myself, fuck, I'm going to be creative. I need to earn some money so I can actually feed my mom and my brother, because dad was in a war fighting. And I thought to myself, before war, one pack of cigarettes was $1. That was almost 27, 28 years ago. $1, for $1 you buy 20 cigarettes. But when war started, you couldn't buy them anywhere, so you can buy it on the black market, for $30 pack of cigarettes. But who the fuck's got $30 for a pack of cigarettes? But somebody who's a smoker, like a freaking drug addict, they needed at least one cigarette. So, at such a young age, I would go to United Nations, peacekeepers, and I would try to, I couldn't speak any fucking English, so I was using my hands, like every European now. And so I would convince them to, sell me one pack of cigarettes for $5. And then, I would buy cigarettes from them, and between the buildings, I would be selling, cigarette at a time. One cigarette, for example, for $2. Because somebody really wants to smoke, they'll give me $2. My risk factor then was, which I learned a lot from that time, was there would be, soldier would come and put a gun to my head, would steal my cigarette. And he would do that every fucking week, And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to learn how to negotiate. I would be telling those soldiers, hey, you know what? I know you're not going to kill me because you're benefiting from me, but what I will do, I'll give you a pack of cigarettes every single week, but make sure you don't come here and threaten me anymore, and don't tell all of your mates to do the same. So I kind of had them as my protection, but I had to, I guess, buy them. And so, and then, when the war also really got deeper, we had no electricity. So I ended up in the city where we were living. There was a factory that was making explosives at that time, and to make it, explosive, you needed wax for candles. And so one of my dad's mates, he was working there, so I said, bring me that wax. I'm going to figure out how to fucking make candles so I can actually sell candles. And in this like little market, underground, where bombs really couldn't get you, there were other people selling candles. They would be selling one candle for $6, for example, and I would be offering like 10 candles for $40. I was being a little bit creative, and when it was minus fucking 20, I had like a little stand, like this coffee table. I would put my candles there. Nobody would be selling candles because it's too cold. But I was like, fuck, perfect time for me to be selling them, because I got no competition, because it was so fucking cold. Nobody would be there, but I would obviously, be able to sell them. And then I also started being more creative. A lot of people were scared to come to that market because they can lose their life, because bombs were fucking flying everywhere. And I thought to myself, fuck, I'm going to kill my competition here. What I'm going to do, all of these guys that come and buy the candles from everybody, I would tell them, hey, guys, don't worry about coming here. I will just fucking come to your house and bring you the candles, like a fucking Uber Eats 28 years ago. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Jeez.
But, with me, I would risk my life, but I was like, fuck, I don't care. I know how to go between the buildings together safely. That way, they don't come and buy shit from my competition. So I was doing all that, which was really teaching me how to be entrepreneurial, and coming to Australia as a refugee with fucking nothing. Then, barely finished grade 12. I thought, okay, mom and dad says, go to school, son, because they don't know any better. We can only teach our kids. I don't have any kids, but if I had, we can only teach them, I guess, what we know. And mom and dad will, be like, go to school so you can get a good job one day. So I went to TAFE, supposed to study business management for 2 years. I was there for 7 days. I went to my teacher and I said, with all due respect, how can you teach me how to really run businesses one day when you're working for TAFE for 60 grand a year?
Absolutely.
You never fucking experience what it is to pay rent, what it is to pay wages, suppliers.
Yep.
I'm fucking out of here.
Yep.
Then I was on my own. What the fuck? My heart was size of Mount Everest. I want to conquer the world. I want to be an entrepreneur. But the reality is, my knowledge is fucking, when you're 18, you don't know much, I guess. And I thought, what is the quickest industry that I can learn, or quickest job that I can learn that pays me well? And I thought, fucking construction. You don't have to be too fucking smart to lift a shovel. I started working 7 days a week on tools. And I was out working everybody, and I would start fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. And in 7 days, I learned a trade, was plastering, which is, easier, I guess, than becoming a fucking electrician or plumber. So I learned that in 7 days, and I was literally self-employed, because more linear meters you do, more you get paid, because we're getting paid linear meter. And I would start work 4 o'clock in the morning, and with lights on, and by the time normal contract that comes at 8 o'clock, I already fucking done so much, and I would be working till I pass out every day. And at age 18, I was working so much, I knew that on tools I can't be wealthy. I can't drive supercars like this if I'm just on tools. So I had to be creative. I was like, fuck, I'm in construction, so I might as well learn about property, because I was doing all this contracting work for these builders and developers. So age 18, I bought a block of land for $73,000, which is funny. I tried to buy a block of land for $90,000, and bank wouldn't lend me money. But same bank now is giving me literally $100 million line of credit, which is fucked up, hey. And I got like a personal banker that is so nice to me now. I was like, fuck, man, I really wanted that extra fucking $17,000 to buy better land back in the day. But nobody gave a fuck. But I bought land for 73. I built a house for 101. 6 months later, sold it for 295. I made like 120 grand. I was like, fuck, I'm rich. I'm so rich. That's so much money. And I remember partner at the time, I said to her, when I finished it, I thought it's worth about 250 grand. We ended up selling it more. And I said to her, can you believe I own a house, $250,000 fucking dollars? I was so excited. And then when I was 19, I bought 2 blocks, and I built 2 houses, and made more money. And at the same time, I was still working 7 days a week on tools. When I was 20, I made more, and journey went, from there. Had massive fucking ups and downs. I've been financially burned, but age 44 now. NGU as a group, NGU stands Never Give Up. So we have a development company. We have developed about $250 million worth of real estate on my own. And what I mean on my own, I don't have people that own my company. I'm the only one. Obviously have people that do hard work, I guess. Have 10 real estate offices, on track to sell $2 billion worth of real estate this year. Have a marketing company, law firm, and now One Life Club, which is just going freaking crazy. So that's a little bit in a nutshell my childhood, and last obviously 24 years when it comes to work and hustle. It wasn't fucking easy, because to be good at anything, you got to give it all. You got to work harder than everybody else. You got to be more creative, and you have to be fucking resilient. You have to have that within you, that if you fail, and we all end up hitting the fucking brick wall constantly, we got to get up and learn from it and keep fucking pushing. So now life is good. Life is beautiful. Which is interesting, everything is fucking irrelevant. I'll tell you one thing. Today, 11 o'clock, I went to a funeral. One of the guys that works for me, amazing guy, Chris, his brother passed away, age 39. And I went to a funeral today. I was like, man, that's fucking life, eh? 4 of us are here, and 2 of us could be fucking 10 feet under tomorrow. And I'm walking past that cemetery, and now there's like so many people that were like us. Some of them died at age 85. Some of them at age fucking 39. So the bullet that's gonna kill us has already been fucking fired, and it's just when it's gonna hit us.
When's it gonna catch up?
When it's gonna catch up, man, we don't fucking know. But even if it catches us at age 88, that means I'm already half dead. I'm age 44. So half of my fucking life is gone. So another second half, hey, I fucking better be creative that I live and enjoy every single second. And every individual, young guy or girl, I always tell them, fucking, you really need to realize there's only one life. give it all, live life on your terms, be happy every day, don't stress, focus on solutions, because before you know it, man, all these cars, nothing will matter, because when we go under, you can't take anything with us, so we gotta fucking live.
You leave it to me, don't you?
You know what? A friend of mine says, Emil, did you put me in your will? I said, yep. All the fucking loans that I have, all the rest goes to others. He said, fuck, I don't want that. So I understand. But that's it's been definitely everything that I have, every supercar that I have, when I drive it, there is so much meaning to me because I'm living my childhood fucking dream, because all of us as kids, we wanted to have a supercars and nice things. I'm living it now. Like this morning, like three, four cars were getting washed. I'm like, what do I drive today? You know what I mean? But for me to say that every single fucking screw on any of my car, I pissed blood to have it. I fucking earned it. You know what I mean? Earned it. So when I drive it, even if it's just 60 kilometers an hour, I'm like fucking enjoying it, because I've worked so hard to be in position that I'm blessed to have it.
No,
So that's
a good outlook.
That's an incredible story.
that's a little bit look,
I don't think anyone else is going to have a story quite that unique.
No, I disagree, because we all have a story, right?
Yeah.
We all have a story. Doesn't mean, I grew up in a war, because war is in your fucking head every day. It's how you tackle it, what matters. You know what I mean? I mean, there's so many people that can't handle pressure. With me, running my business like you guys, we deal with shit every day. We eat so much shit. I've been eating so much shit all my life that I always say I smell like fucking shit. Do you know what I mean? That's the fucking reality.
I thought I noticed that.
Man, I think all four of us are probably the same.
Yeah.
But that's what freaking life is freaking all about, but what it comes down to is how we see things. Like with me, I don't stress. Used to, like fuck, like you can't sleep. Now I don't stress. Any issues, just deal with it. And we have plenty when you run your business. Any issues, just deal with it, focus on solutions and smash it and keep moving forward. So, we all have a story, and some of us go harder through it because we put so much pressure on ourselves. It's like, oh my God, there's no out of here. Fucking there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
And there's always a solution, right? Like I've only really just sort of figured out not stressing about stuff.
What's the point?
It literally does
So
nothing.
if you have a problem today, problem is there, you stress or not, it's not going from that fucking table. So might as well tackle the fuck out of it, eat it hard, and otherwise, there's no, what's the point?
I can relate to that. It's been a tough year for a lot of businesses, and I can definitely resonate with that. Sometimes you just need to like get stuck in instead of stressing and worrying about things. Find a solution.
Well, to be honest, what choice do we have?
Yeah.
Because don't forget, everything that we all have, we work so hard for. You know what I mean? And when you work so hard for something, easiest thing to say is I give up.
Absolutely.
You gotta look for the solutions.
Can't have that.
I don't think any entrepreneur that's successful has ever given up on a little task, a big task, whatever it is.
We haven't given up, but we failed by 6,000 fucking times on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So somebody asked me, he said, have you ever failed? I was like, fuck, man.
How long you got?
This podcast can go for 60 hours. But it's not, even if you're an investor, like for example, now I have my a family, what I would call office, where I invest in other things and people. And, not every investment that I make works. And that's, we all go with good intentions and, but it doesn't mean that anything we start works. We want to give it a go, but fuck,
And the other flip side to that as well is like being able to control your emotions and your stress and your anger and things like that is like just another form of power, you know what I mean? It's another tool in the arsenal. It's like you're not going to be emotional in negotiations. You're not going to be stressed in like business deals that are going bad or this or that. Like once you can control those emotions, not just stress, but anger and sadness and depression, and you can get that under control, you can be a much more methodical like
So the thing is,
person.
you couldn't say it any better, champ. But the thing is, I always say, I keep my mind like a glass of water, clean glass of water. When you have clean glass of water, it's easy. But imagine if you put a little bit dirt in it, you can't see fucking through. So my mind needs to be clean, and I am mentally prepared for almost any news that's ahead of me tomorrow, So because I'm calm, my mind is clean, I can tackle the problems or whatever I'm facing better. And I always say your mind is your best friend and your biggest fucking enemy. You have to.
That's so true.
One of my good mates, he said, when he gets an email from somebody and somebody's pissing him off badly, first thing you want to do, you want to reply and you say, you dick, fuck, go to hell or whatever. His rule is he will reply tomorrow. And he's like, let me process it, let me think, and normally everything that you would say in that first instance, next day you will never say the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we get to be calm, and doesn't matter what we're facing, decisions would be much better.
I'm definitely guilty of doing that. I'll put my hand up. As,
Fucking I used to.
just lashing out straight away at a rash decision. And actually, Andrew Beckett here, he's the one that sort of reined me in and said, just come back.
It's just an experience thing, right? There's been times, where I've fired off and it's bitten me in the bum, and I'm like, well, that didn't work. All right, so next time I'll just take a little bit more time, process it, and then be a little bit calmer. And I noticed a difference immediately. So, if I can pass that on to someone else who's dealing with the same thing, great. And that's sort of what this podcast is about. Like being able to, you're saying stuff that I'm like, oh man, I resonate with that so much because I've just dealt with that. And that's a big thing. Like keeping a cool head.
You have to be honest, you have to. I remember, when I was much younger, I was like, fucking had a temper. Somebody pisses me off over my own phone, and I would smash my own phone on concrete.
Yeah.
I was like, buddy, that guy pissed you off and he just spent $1,500 buying a new phone. How did that fucking go? Not well. First of all, you're going to go take 2 hours of your time going buy a new fucking phone. Try to save everything on it. I was like, man, it doesn't work, because especially I always say, when you start building social media profile, bigger the profile is, you're going to have so many amazing people that will cheer you up and push you and motivate you and inspire you.
Yep.
But you're going to have so many people that fucking hate themselves and everything else around them that would send you a message and say, hey, you lucky fuck. You know what I mean? So you just have to, I guess, be strong-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you deal with that? Like, because your social media presence is like, exponentially grown in the last couple of years. How do you deal with like that as it's growing and like you're new to it and you're experiencing it as a new thing? Like, how have you found like being exposed to that?
Well, first of all, everything I do, it's my decision to do it. So let's say in a business world, one thing I said to all my mates, if they're whinging, I said, buddy, what the fuck are you complaining? You chose this life. You chose this life. Go and work for somebody else for 60 grand a year, no issues. You want to make millions, you want to drive supercars, and you're whinging about business. You signed up for this shit. Eat it.
Yep.
Fucking with a big shovel, and hopefully get to honey one day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And same thing is when you decide, okay, I'm going to go and build a profile on social media. I want to pass my knowledge or whatever the fucking reason is why you're building it. You have to be ready. Okay, there's going to be so much good comes out of it. I mean, we met through social media. You guys, message me through social media.
Yeah.
So there's so much good that comes out of it. But with me, with all this tall puppy syndrome in this country, unfortunately, you got so many people that are not happy with themselves.
It's hectic in Australia, right?
It's fucked up. But with me is if somebody calls me name or say something rude, I was like, first of all, you know my name. I don't know what the fuck you are.
Yeah.
So I'm already winning, right? So that's one. Two, you watching me, I'm not watching you, so you're my fucking fan.
Yeah.
If you keep watching my shit and I can see you on my story constantly and then you got something terrible to say, buddy, I'm entertaining you. So, and three, you are not, or not you, but whoever is negative, you not worth my time for me to think about you. So fuck off.
Yep.
Simple.
Yeah.
You're not worth. So with me, when I started, I got now about 2,000 posts and I've probably done a million stories. And when I was starting to build it, it would affect me. Like, for example, I would do a post 11:30 p.m. at nighttime. And I would say on Instagram, hey guys, I'm finishing work now, I'm tired, but a fantastic day. And then somebody will send something negative, something bad. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not fair, buddy. I fucking started work, 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know if I had lunch or breakfast or, I don't know if I had it. I can't remember what the fuck I had. I'm working so hard, man. I'm about to pass the fuck out and you really trying to push my buttons. So, and then I would reply to them, and argue with them. Now, somebody says something bad. Okay, fuck off. Blocked.
Block. See you later.
See you later.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a second of my time.
Yeah.
Like you don't exist. Now go and create another profile so you can follow me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now, like fucking, I don't care, I'm authentic with me. I am who I am. I'll tell you what I think. On social media, I'm fucking always what's on my mind. I say it. I never think, oh, should I say this or shouldn't I? Just be you and also that same thing in a private life as well. People that I have in my life, which is a very little circle, I only want people that are going to make my life better. They're going to make me smile, that I can call if if I need a mate to talk to. But anybody that's any bad influence on me, I don't want in my life in any possible way. Because as long as they can't add joy to my life as a human, go and be somebody else's mate.
Well said.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think as you get older, your circle gets smaller.
Yep.
Oh, fucking, I reckon I'm going to end up by myself soon. I'm definitely getting older. Now, I'm very blessed. And look, but you got to see life like a fucking rocket that goes to sky. Elon Musk can probably explain this better. So, when you have those rockets that go to moon or whatever, there's normally big rocket and then you got two little ones on the side. And the one that's going all the way to moon keeps going and the little ones will fall, halfway through. So the only one will go to the top. And that is same on your life journey. Some people that are your mates when you're 18 will be probably your mates for the rest of your life. But some people, you outgrow them. Or they outgrow you, or you just lose, you have different things in common, or they might be jealous. If they're jealous or whatever, jealous is a fucking curse. I have that experience. Those people will go and and people that stay on your journey, that's fantastic. The one that go away from it, that's that's their weakness.
Yeah, it's part of life, eh?
It is, and you can't win, I guess, with everybody.
You've done some pretty out there things in your career. I saw on a blog that you sold a house for $8 million and had a Lamborghini and some custom barrels of wine designed specifically for the house or something. I don't know if Jai might be able to pull that up.
There was a house. I think it's 7 Ashfield Street in East Brisbane. Funny thing about that house, when I wanted to sell it, I was like, man, I'm gonna spend 50 grand on wine, red wine, 50 grand, and I'm selling a $4 million house with $50,000 worth of wine. People said, you fucking crazy. I had about $1 million worth of free media out of it. Yep. Every media picked it up, all the TVs picked it up, and all the online paper, everybody. It just went so fucking viral, and I ended up selling it for $4 million and made great money out of it. But and also there was a house my company was selling for a client, and we were giving away a Lamborghini with the fucking house, and again publicity you get out of it. And even for example, one of my guys, he was doing one crazy video for one of the properties on the Gold Coast. And he said, Emil, let's go crazy. Let's get supercars. I said, and he said, let's have, models and this and that. I was like, man, that has been done. I said, let's get 2 supercars. So I had my car and a friend of mine that lives on the Gold Coast. He got his beautiful black Ferrari F12. And that's the one of the ones.
That's it there.
And but this house this morning, I said, let's get 2 supercars instead of getting 2 supermodels on it. let's actually get 2 fucking old people. So we found 2 people. One guy is like 95 years old. You know, man, driving my car. It was so fucking scary. I was like, please get out of my car, because he was struggling. He was struggling, you know. And so break it. Look, because the thing is, that's why, you know, my real estate company is only 7 years old. The reason why we took it to another level so fast, one, we always try to employ good people, good humans, but 2, marketing is the key. And these days, it's so easy to reach people because everybody's on social media one way or the other, or one family member is. So might as well create loud enough marketing that you're going to get in front of them. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, till 7 years ago, I think we were one of the first that started with really crazy fucking marketing use.
I remember when NGU splashed onto the scene.
Yeah, because we had to have like every agent. For example, every real estate agent, they would do video, and in the video would be, "Hi, my name is Emil from NG Real
standing
Estate.
next to the sign.
This is a fucking living room. This is with us like fuck that. Let's just get 2 fucking supercars, crazy, and we had models and we had all the crazy, crazy things in it that would scream and get eyeballs on it. Then eventually people see the house as well. And that would obviously get more eyeballs on the properties that we were selling. That's 1. 2, more people would know who the fuck is selling it. That's how our company, exploded. And, now it's well-oiled machine that is running itself. Not fucking easy, just like any business. Gotta keep pushing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember when NGU came onto the scene, and it was like just this massive pattern interrupt. It was like, real estate had just been doing this boring shit for like 30 years. Agent standing next to the thing. Hi, I'm with the seller, and I've got a bottle of wine or some shit like that. And we
had a few bottles of champagne as well, but there would be fucking like 15 models pouring champagne,
yellow Lamborghinis,
all over their fucking bodies and shit. And I was like, man, I'll tell you the funny. There's one video. One house that we did that was controversial a little bit, that went freaking crazy viral on start. And that was like, there's a husband and wife, they're in the house, husband is, jumping in his car, he kisses his wife, he wants to go to work in the morning. So husband is leaving the house in his BMW to go to work, and as he's leaving, there's a Ferrari passing him. And Ferrari passing and Ferrari getting into the house, he already left, and Ferrari, you think there's another guy, there's a freaking hot girl getting out of it, like, full on fucking bikinis with like a little robe. And she's going inside the house, which means his wife is got a fucking mistress, that's a girl, you know what I mean? So girl is going inside the house, she's going inside the bedroom, and door closes, so there's like 2 girls in the bedroom. And then husband realizes, fuck, I left my, key for the office at home. So he's coming back, and he came back home, and he's going to the bedroom, and he sees 2 girls there. And all my staff says, "Oh my God, what would be the next scene?" I was like, the next scene is he jumps between 2 of them. That went fucking viral, went crazy, but now we're a little bit more conservative. But I was like, fuck, let's just get the name out there. And also, that video would get, 500,000 views at the time. And not everybody's a buyer, but everybody would know what fucking property is for sale as well. So we were being crazy, creative, and so all sorts of crazy stories. And in any business, you got to think, okay, if there's 100 businesses there, if they're all conservative, boring, what can you do to stand out? Otherwise, you just become another boring company. And how are you going to build your business faster than them if you're not doing anything different? So you got to be...
Well, that's why your name will always be front of mind, even if they're not buyers at the time.
Yeah.
They'll recognize the marketing. And
100%. But saying that, 7 years later, a lot of people have done crazy marketing now. So it doesn't matter when you start something. If you start first, everybody else might try to copy you. But the thing is, then you got to keep it up. You got to keep innovating, and especially now, my business partner Simon, we are constantly talking about how to take things to the next level. Specifically, take advantage with technology that's in front of us today. Specifically, AI. I'm obsessed. Simon and I are fucking so obsessed with Chat GPT. AI is just crazy, and if you don't stay, ahead, and if you feel like, fuck, maybe I'm old for this shit, well, employ somebody who's younger, who's more freaking, switched on than you, who can try to keep up with shit that's happening. Advice: no business is safe today. No business is safe.
It's moving so quick that you'll just get overtaken like that. Hey,
in 5 years, there won't be 4 of us probably doing podcasts. There'll be some fucking 4 imaginary people doing podcasts that are way smarter than 4 of us. And funnier.
And funnier, because the AI bases their chat on Adam Sandler or something.
And in a few years' time, it'll be 4 of us sitting, but it'll be like, 4 better version of us. You know what I mean? I'll tell you something interesting. So with One Life Club, we do a lot of great interviews, but we also have classes, right? And for example, I spent, a couple of weeks ago, I spent whole Saturday and Sunday writing questions for the person I'm going to interview. And classes are, there's only person speaking, but we were asking questions, but him or her would be on the camera. So I spent a whole day writing questions. And then I asked AI, I'm going to be interviewing real estate developer about how to develop, for example, properties. Give me questions to ask him. Questions that AI gave me in 1 second. My entire Saturday and Sunday that I spent creating these great questions, all rubbish compared to what it came up. Because if I'm going to be asking a mechanic how to start a fucking mechanic workshop, I'm going to ask him from what I know, from my knowledge, which is basic, right? Basic questions, because I don't know much about that industry. Do you know what I mean? AI gave me all the fucking questions with like what 1,000 experts think that somebody would need if they're starting their own business. So all my work that I did, I didn't use a single fucking question.
No.
Single question. It's just fuck. Like, am I that stupid?
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
and the important thing there is in 1 second.
In 1 second.
Yeah.
Like,
In one second.
It's insane.
In 1 second, gave me all the 30 questions, and then I was like, okay, give me more, then give me another 10 questions, and all the questions was like, man, this is unbelievable. So all the questions that we are asking these guys for our classes that we're having, they're so in depth, they're so amazing. So anybody that wants to start their own company tomorrow, they can actually have somebody who has done it telling them in detail how to do it. But if I was asking questions, I can only ask from the angle that I understand. I can ask the best questions for the industry that I'm in because I've done it. But what you do, how much do I know, is questionable.
Yeah. And for scalability of things like that, like say you want to bring in a schedule of like 2, 3, 4, 5 people a week to interview for the classes on One Life Club, you wouldn't have enough capacity to write all the questions for that amount of people.
Or you just have to keep employing people as well. Do you know what I mean? Whoever you employ, they only know from what they know. They'll be Googling, and this everything instant. It's just unbelievable how technology is going. And the funny thing is, not many people are still aware or using what's in front of them. And so we try to be the first one that are capitalizing on the things that are coming up before we get left behind.
That's exactly what Simon said the other day on his Instagram reel, particularly about AI.
Oh, he's obsessed. He's the one that freaking get me into it like another level. My business has been using it for a couple of months now, but Simon is so obsessed with it, and now I'm freaking worse than Simon. We are both all over it. It just saves you so much time, to be honest.
It does.
Massive.
And also,
we use it.
It's unbelievable.
And it does a better job most of the time, You just got to feed it the right question or the right data.
100%. It does, better job 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, but, where all this is going to go in 10 years' time, Jesus Christ.
It'll be crazy.
Yeah. The whole world's changing so quickly now.
You know what? But we still got to stay, good humans, good people. That's one thing that we have to keep control of, that, we don't get ruined by everything that's coming to us. You still want to be a good human, and still want to pick up the phone from your buddy when he calls you and he says, hey, you know what, I'm having a bad day today. Say something fucking nice to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, GPT's not going to do that for you.
GPT can't tell you know what, champ, I'll pick you up 4 o'clock in the morning, we're going fishing.
Yeah.
Exactly. GPT was like, buddy, you can't fucking do that for me, because I like the feeling of fishing rod and catching a fucking marlin or tuna. Do you know what I mean?
One other thing that we need to try and keep going, petrol-powered V12s.
Oh man,
Yeah.
But you know what? The thing is, we like that because we grew up with it, all four of us. You know what I mean? But somebody that's born today in 30s, to him would be like, "What the fuck is that
Piece of
loud
shit."
piece
Yeah.
of shit?" You know what I mean? So I don't know how they're gonna grow. They're gonna grow with things that's normal to them. To us, this is normal, and I love the noise and everything else. But with them, they would be like, "Oh my god, how slow is your Lamborghini?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their Tesla does 0 to 100 in 1 second.
Yeah,
Not
and
3.3.
this would be like a freaking Corolla. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tractor. Back to the tractor.
Back to the
Lamborghini.
tractor. It is a tractor.
It is.
Funny
It
thing
is.
is, other day there was a car show in Brisbane, and there was a guy with older Lamborghini, and his rego was tractor.
That's
Oh,
cool.
wow.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
that's the best rego you
Yeah.
could get, buddy. I would love to have that rego. That's
Yeah,
freaking-
yeah.
that's cool.
I don't reckon a lot of people would understand that either.
No.
And you know
Nah.
what? Probably a lot
Yeah.
of them would be like, what
Yeah.
the, people that maybe older generation like me, they would be like, if I watched the movie and I know the story behind the Lamborghini, I guess, I would understand it. But
Yeah.
hey, world is changing.
Very quickly. Speaking of cars, how did you get into cars? Because you've got quite a collection.
Yeah, but you don't want to know. So obviously, as being young, you always, watch these, could see it on TV and so like any other guy, I guess we would always, dream of supercars and the funny thing is, my first car was Toyota Corolla, and I spent $6,300 on it. I wish I can find that car. It was 10 years old when I bought it or more. And when I bought it, I was like, man, it was a white color. First thing I did, wipers, I painted them red color. That was like, fuck it. I know,
sick.
that looks fucking sick, man. You know what I mean? So all the wipers, bright red, So then I had little Alpine speakers. So straight away, there was like freaking, on the back window, it says Alpine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All this like cool shit, you know what I mean? And then my second car was, not many people would actually know it. It will be interesting if you guys ever heard of it. Holden Calibra.
Calibra. Yeah, I've heard of the Calibra.
Yeah, I have. That's an import though, isn't it? From like Europe.
Yes, the brand about it is Opel.
Opel. Yeah.
Opel,
So-
yeah.
Yeah. And Holden Calibra, man, I had like, straight away put 20-inch wheels, chrome wheels. It was so hot.
They had a 2-liter turbo, didn't they?
Yeah,
So,
man.
is that like-
there you go. He knows.
Yeah. So that's like the Astra, yeah, in Australia.
You must be fucking old like me. Then, if you know that. Yeah, but it
I
was
did
really,
my apprenticeship at Holden, actually. That's how I know.
There you go.
nice.
But had 2 doors, and it was really looking cool, and it was going well. So I really liked that car. And then my third car was Nissan Pulsar Triple S.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a
You
sick
know,
car.
Fast car.
Oh, yeah.
That was like 2-liter, man. I think it had like 100 something kilowatts. I was like, Jesus, that
Yeah.
goes. Red
20
color.
valve head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's actually a good car. Never had any issues with it. And then my first car that gave me feeling better than any car ever, in 2004, I was 25 years old. I purchased, 24, 25, I purchased Subaru WRX STI.
Yeah,
To this day, I think I even not long ago on social media offered somebody, whoever can find me my car, give him $20,000. But it's probably trashed. Who fucking knows? I know I was trashing it when I had it.
Do we want to make that offer to the audience?
100. Anybody that finds me my car, 20 grand. And matter of fact,
Wow. We'll see if we should make that happen. We should see.
you know,
if we can make
Yeah,
that
for
happen.
sure.
after this, I actually got a photo with my old Rego.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the photo with my old Rego, so you can put it up there. Whoever find me the 20 grand cash, whoever can find me my car, the one that I had.
Has it got to
Yeah.
be the whole car? Because if it's gone to Sydney, it's probably going to be split in two.
There's only probably exhaust left.
Engine number ground off.
That car, I had such a, like there's like, I'm not, you probably guys, know this feeling as well. There's like one car that you bought in your life when you sat in it and started driving it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And
Core memories, like forever.
Man, no car can ever sound. And it had a boxer engine, and that Subaru sound was so awesome. And mine was that blue rally color with gold wheels. And then I tore it apart straight away. Massive wheels and extra turbos and
red wipers.
No red wipers. Yellow. A big HKS exhaust, I think, at the time, and crazy sound system. But the funny thing is, every car that I purchased, including my Corolla, I would put exhaust on it. And every car was like, when I buy it, oh, this sounds like Ferrari. And then second car, this sounds like Ferrari. And when I purchased my first Ferrari, it was like, this is Ferrari.
Well, I'll start the R8 up for you after the podcast. You'll like that.
She's rowdy.
Oh, you got exhaust on it as well?
Yeah.
Man. That's awesome. But the funny thing is, so that's how, my car journey started. It's always loved cars. And I'm blessed that I have quite few supercars, from Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, Bentleys, and I got so many amazing cars coming, and I'm truly living now every kid's dream. And anybody that is watching this, don't think it's impossible if you're driving that Corolla, because when you're driving Corolla, if you see Ferrari drive past, oh, that's so far away from me. It's like I'll never do it. It's so far. You know what? It's possible. It is far because it'll take you time to get it, but it's fucking possible. You just keep driving that Corolla. And just keep investing in yourself and things that you're doing, and it is fucking possible. But there's a key that I've learned at this age now. This is how I live my life at the moment. I only learned this maybe recently, a couple of years ago. When I was young, 5, 6 years old, I used to, when you go to school and after school, throw the bags into the corner and straight away go outside and play soccer with my little mates. We'd be playing soccer for hours till it's dark. And when you're playing soccer, you just no worry in the world. You're having so much little fun with your mates. It's fucking unbelievable. And that's how I run my life and business now. In my mind, I'm still that 5, 6 years old Emil playing soccer with just older people. You know what I mean? And also, when you score the goal, you're so excited. Even now, when I have a little win, I'm excited. But also, when somebody else scores the goal and somebody else beats me in anything that I'm doing now, you still get up and keep playing and try to score another goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how I live my life now as well. But definitely, I'm still a little kid when it comes to cars. And every day, if I finish driving my cars, I got a warehouse where I keep a lot of my cars. And I build similar, if you call it main cave to this, where I have pool table and darts machine and futsal and billiard table, and I've got a commercial gym there, and now I actually even got One Life Club, freaking 14 employees in it as well, because Business Explorers like, fuck the fuck, we're gonna put all the people. So that's away from my head office. But even there, if I finish driving my car and I would just sit and stare at the car, I would just look at it, probably have a cigarette as well, and look at the car and just be so grateful that I'm like, I can't believe I own this, because I'm still that young poor kid, that was so far away, and now look at it like that. I can't believe that I have this. I can't believe that I come to the point where I can actually afford $1.3 million for that fucking orange thing. You know what I mean? Not fucking red.
It's red, isn't it?
Which is funny, because any photos on social media that anybody takes looks red.
I know. Well, I just kind of made the assumption.
Yeah.
It does.
And
I'm not invited to his private whiskey nights anymore.
No, you guys are.
Yes.
Keep him here. No, it's and you know what? With cars, you meet so many amazing people. I have met some
the
amazing.
community is amazing.
I have great friends that I met. Simon, who is a very dear friend that right now, and business partner. We met through cars, and we met through Lamborghini and my other Ferraris. I met so many amazing people, and if people are on the same wavelength, same place where you are, you end up doing so much amazing work with it as well. So every car becomes so valuable because you meet so many amazing people through it, especially in your business. If you're in business, there are people that would potentially drive great cars. A lot of them would be self-employed, so you can learn a lot from them as well.
Big
And
time.
then you can potentially do, work with them as well.
Yeah,
So it's a
massive.
freaking amazing.
That's how
as
this
well.
whole thing happened. Like this whole thing,
100%.
everything was because of the car community. Like I met the DM boys at a car meet. I was like, oh, let's work together. I'm in car rentals. You guys are in cleaning. I can store my cars there. Higgsy can do the cleaning. And then we're like, oh, we all get on. Like, let's shoot a podcast and get some cool people in. We know some cool people with cars, and like that whole cultivating like friends and business and community in the niche that you enjoy is just
100%.
fucking awesome.
And the car rallies, and then they exploded into other business adventures. So
Absolutely. And you just learn so much from the new people that you meet.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for knowledge. I always say that. Somebody asked me the other day, who's your mentor? I said, every human I meet every day. Everybody's my mentor, because we can learn something from everybody that we meet. You three, I'm learning something, and we're gonna go and like other day, I was in Melbourne, and there was a doorman, the guy that opens your car, and anyway, I was waiting for Uber to go for dinner, and this doorman spoke to me for about 15 minutes. I was wishing that I was a doorman. What did I learn from him? I have never seen a human in my life that happy with what he's doing. Like, he was so happy. He was so when somebody's like so happy from bottom of his heart, he was loving what he was doing. He's like, man, you know what? This guy just gave me such a positive energy and outlook on life that that I'm excited to smile more. And so you learn something about every person that you walk out of your hotel or door, if it's kid or older person, and so everybody's my mentor that I meet at the moment. You meet.
Yeah.
Have you got any like real like memorable one-liners that anyone's given you? Any value bombs, like some sayings that you live your life by, or?
Oh, look, I live my life. I'll tell you the latest one. I had a conversation with Simon specifically, and I said, Simon, which is interesting, like a lot of us, two of us, for example, other day we woke up 4 o'clock to have a meeting with Jordan Belfort in America, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
First thing I said to him when we woke up, I was like, either we're stupid or we're not rich enough. Like, we're waking up 4 o'clock like two zombies to have a meeting, what I mean? But I asked him 2 days ago, I said, Simon, why do we do what we do? Because both of us are blessed that we can retire and never work again. Why do we do it? And I said, specifically, Simon, you sold half of your company for 300 million. Why the fuck do we do this? And he said, Emil, I want to design a life that I never want to retire from.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you do everything on your terms. My best one-liner that I live by is never give up. Let's never give up, because on my journey, coming from that Corolla to this Lamborghini behind you guys, I had chance to give up 100 times. Fucking 100 times. I didn't. I just kept fucking moving forward. And one gentleman said to me, he said, Emil, if somebody cuts your legs and arms off, you would still keep moving forward, and I fucking would.
Where do you think that comes from?
Interesting question. I think my upbringing, I really had a rough upbringing. I mean, I was fucking hungry, man. There was times I was hungry. Many people never experienced going to bed hungry, but I was hungry not one night. I was hungry for fucking years. Yep. I came to Australia at 65 kilos. I'm 102 kilos now. So now when I eat somewhere, let's say 4 of us go for dinner, there'll be food for 34 people.
Yeah.
I am ordering food for me and for my eyes until I pass the fuck out.
So the trick is go with the meal and don't order anything. There'll be plenty of leftovers.
And all my mates, they know when they go with me. Like even when was it? I'm on Tuesday. I had a lunch with 3 guys that are they own 3 different NGU offices, and as soon as we sit down, a Kurt, and his mate, and he said, "Don't worry about ordering. Emil is ordering it. So ordered entree for everybody, and 4 of us. It was like, give us 6 steaks, cut them all, put them in the middle, so we all each everybody's steaks. And because I was so fucking hungry, and I said to myself, when we came to Australia, I will work so hard, so I'm never hungry again, ever.
Yeah, that's
ever.
awesome.
Because I was fucking hungry, man. I tell you a little story how hungry I was. I was so fucking hungry that at that time I was, I think, about 12. My brother was 8. Or 13 actually. I was 13, my brother was 9. And we were so hungry that on these markets where you can sell cigarettes and people would find, they would sell, bread or whatever. And I saw somebody was selling bananas. I was like, holy fuck, haven't seen banana for 4 years. I was so excited to buy kilo bananas for my brother. So the guy was selling it. He was selling it at that time was like, if I can convert it now, like $50 a kilo. But by the way, there's no way, people are not earning any money. And I looked at those bananas, they were black, rotten. So he found it from a tip. So United Nations, they've had food, obviously, peacekeepers. They would throw it to the tip, rubbish tip, and he would pick up those bananas. And I was like, fuck, man, it's a bananas. I'm looking at them. I know they're going to be rotten. I'm hoping they're going to taste like something. Man? And I gave the guy like $50 or whatever it was for a kilo of bananas. And I got home and was like, my brother, that I'm so close to. And I said to him, look, I got us bananas. And started eating it. They were rotten. You couldn't eat it. So that's how hungry I was. So now, buddy, there's one thing I never save money on. It's food. Food, like fucking never going to be hungry again. So I never gave up on life then. And that to me is just never give up. And that's a fucking massive liner for anybody. In your life journey, if you're young, 18 years old, and you got 50s, 60s ahead of you living, get ready for the fucking bloodbath in front of you, because life is not easy, but it's worth living. So, whatever on your journey, there's going to be so many fucking roadblocks constantly. You just have to have that fucking mindset of not giving up and just keep going. Just keep going. You get divorced, fucking find another one. Keep fucking going. You know what I mean? You lose your business, get the fuck up, learn from it, keep going. Whatever the fuck it is, just keep fucking moving forward. Don't give up. All this technology, everything, you got to have a fucking right mindset to keep moving forward. That is the key, to living this life. I mean, there's so many people that commit suicide these days. Fuck me.
Sad.
So many. Very sad. People put so much pressure on themselves and they think there's no way out. Now, fuck that. Don't give up. There is a way out of everything. So mine, one-liner to everybody, never give up. I mean, there's a million quotes I can give you, but that one I just live by.
So, speaking of life, we've dropped the bomb a couple of times of the One Life Club.
Yes.
Not many people at home would know exactly what's going on there. We've spooked about it.
Yes.
Can you give us a bit of a background story on that and how it started and who's involved and where it's going?
Which is really freaking interesting, man. Everything that we do in life shapes us, hey, and the people that we meet on our journey, it's something fucking unbelievable. All my life, I said to myself, when I was very young, when I was on my journey of building my companies and, failures and successes, and I had nobody that I can learn from. What I mean, nobody. I would call somebody and would say, hey, buddy, I'm starting my little business, can you give me any tips? People like, why would I give you fucking tips? Hang up.
Yeah,
phone,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So I really had to hustle and build everything. And I said, one day when I'm successful, I'm going to pass my fucking knowledge to others. I'm going to pass my knowledge to others so people can learn from me, because when I was starting my company, nobody was there for me. And that's one of the reasons why I said yes to this podcast right away, because when I learned what it's about, I was like, fuck yeah, I want to be there. And I say yes to almost everything because I want as much time as I can have, because I want to share my knowledge with others, because not many people are doing it to me. So one day I had this vision, I want to pass my knowledge to people, but I wanted to mentor people when I have enough experience that I'm fucking good. And I also, like these days, everybody's a mentor. You know, there's a guy, 19 years old, he's a fucking 19 years old, and he is a life advisor. He gives people life advice. He said, buddy, you don't even have a fucking, you know, he didn't
Hasn't lived life.
lived life for a minute. You want to tell two of us, you know, man, that we have been, you know, I'm assuming the two of us are oldest in this room, and two of us have been slept with a baseball fucking bat.
What are you trying to say, Emil?
I'm 44.
He hasn't noticed my grey hair yet.
Yeah, I'm 44, but he looks like he's 54. So all my life I wanted to mentor people, but you know, I didn't want to be one of those guys that takes a photo in front of somebody else's Lamborghini and tells you, hey, I'm your financial advisor, or I can teach you how to be a millionaire, this and that, which everybody's at the moment. With me, I wanted to do it when I have time, when I have knowledge and experience and success enough behind my back to show people I have fucking done it and you can do it too. So original idea started, I went on a holiday to Europe last year. I was like, I have time. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to start it. So I called my guy back in Brisbane. I said, I need this website built and I'm going to start interviewing people one a week. I'm going to interview amazing people that started something from nothing so they can share their journey. And I interviewed first person from Europe. They were in Australia over Zoom. And then I started interviewing one person at a time every week. And I thought, fuck, man, you know what? I'm interviewing so many people. So these people, you know, they're sharing their journeys so any young individual can learn something from or be inspired and motivated. And then with the platform, I said to myself, fuck, I want to create actually community. So all of these like-minded people can actually network with each other, support each other. If somebody's starting a business that's part of this platform, he can say, hey, you know what? I'm starting this business. Does anybody have any advice? All these like-minded people that are part of One Life Club, they can help each other grow. And just started growing. And then, you know, one day my today's business partner, Simon, he sent me a message. He said, hey, I'm thinking about starting the same thing. You're already doing it. And I love it, you know, I would like to be part of it. Would you sell part of it? So we met and you know, 2 months ago, he bought into the business and he's such a fucking inspiring, amazing guy that I enjoy every single second that I spend with him. So he bought into the business and he literally bought half of the company. And then there was another lady that I met, Chandra. She created her online education company, which is similar to what we're doing, just different crowd, which is worth well over $1 billion. She said, Emil, I love what you and Simon are doing, and you know, would love to be part of it. And now there's 3 of us building it, and the way One Life Club is at the moment. So yes, we have all amazing interviews, but now we're also launching the next 2 days live classes. So if you want to start solar company, for example, the class with about how to start solar company, person that is holding the class, for example, mate of mine, he created a company over 8 years and he sold it now for crazy, you know, 11, 12 figures from nothing. So he's actually teaching people how to start a solar company over a couple of hours in different classes and modules. So people can actually learn from. So we're launching that, and we've got a strong community where people are networking with each other as well. And now we have live events. You know, we have so many amazing people that we are bringing that I can't name yet. Next week, you know, it's probably after this show will be, by the time this show is live, that will be probably finished. We got Jordan Belfort coming to Australia. So we got a lot of live events where people are actually learning something from Jordan Belfort. People are learning how to sell. Then we got another one about personal marketing. So a lot of these events that we're having, there's no other people coming selling you $25,000 program. How are you going to be rich overnight? Fuck all that. With us is anybody that is part of One Life Club, they need to know that, hey, we got amazing people you can learn from, but you will not learn anything overnight. So our aim is to build a global platform that can help any young individual or any older individual to improve or start something from nothing and learn from amazing people that are within the platform. And at the moment, we're in Australia. Next 6 months, our aim is to conquer, you know, and push towards the US and then go from there. Long journey. It's a fun project that became a massive platform now that is helping others as well. And you know, Simon, myself, and Chandra as well, we are really doing it out of passion because all 3 of us have done so well, and all 3 of us have every freaking supercars we can that we want. We have nice homes, and now came out of passion, but we are growing it now to be something really special. So that's a little bit about One Life Club.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you.
And if people are interested, it's just One Life Club on Instagram. Eh?
One Life Club _, and onelifeclub.com is the website. App is coming soon as well.
Yeah.
A lot of exciting things are coming, and we freaking thrive. Simon and I and Chandra, we're freaking loving it.
Yeah.
We are living and breathing it now, and which is fun because all of us have built a good sized businesses, and now we are actually starting from it's a startup.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but
So,
you don't have the stress of it, the startup, like
Well,
you're waiting for your money. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
but the difference between now is like all three of us, like Jordan Belfort is costing us over $1 million.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And we got some speakers that I'm not going to name here that are costing us $5 million. So with us, our startup is easier because we got funds, but more than funds, we got knowledge. It's not a first business that we're running. So we know it's not going to be easy. We know that we don't know everything. We have to get people that are better and smarter than us in their own fields. We know, it's going to be a hard work of making it successful, but as long as we are doing it for the right reasons, and that is to help others, we'll succeed.
Yeah. Is Belfort coming just for like fly in?
Flying him just for us 3 days. Brisbane next Tuesday, 23rd of May, 24th is Sydney, 25th is Melbourne. Just 3 days for us.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
it. Which is freaking crazy.
And you're having the 3 events?
3 events.
Wow.
Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, all sold out pretty much almost sold out now, all 3 of them, over 1,000 people each event. Which is crazy. When we were getting everything organized with Jordan, I've read all his books, and we all have watched to entertain ourselves watching the movie. But when we are organizing everything, he requested certain things. Backstage, he wanted to have specific orange juice, specific blanket, pillow. Fucking Ludes. Can't say that on camera.
I want 4 bottles of Ludes next to my orange juice.
But the funny thing is, he requested these specific cookies. Well, we couldn't find them anywhere. Like these cookies, he only wanted these cookies. Like fuck. So Gemma, that runs One Life Club on daily basis, she found these cookies. I was like, I gotta fucking see what the fuck is with these cookies, and he wanted special sushi and.
Wow.
Anyway, this cookie, I tried it this morning. I was like, fuck, I ate half of it. I was like, man, I'm paying him so much money. I'm stealing half of the fucking cookies at least, Like, freaking, that's crazy. But it was, I guess you got to give them all the things that they want. As long as, and that's all easy.
Yeah, the value he's going to bring to those events, man.
Well, you'll hear, when one day we interview Simon will speak so highly of him. He would always say you learn so much about his sales skills that you can implement into any business. Obviously, you don't want to learn from him how to party.
I'm sure you know all about that, Emil.
Actually, you want to learn from him how to party if you want to party.
I'm sure he's got a story.
Is he going to have a module in One Life Club, how to party?
Yeah, you know what? That's only for me and Simon. Be excited about that one. No. He's an older guy now, 60s old.
Yeah.
But he had an interesting past and learned from it, and so he's got this sales system that works, I guess, for people that you can use in any industries.
Yeah. No, he's a gun. I've watched a bit of his sales. I used to sell real estate as well, actually, in 2008. So I picked the best year to sell real estate. Nailed that.
you definitely, picked the worst time to start.
Yeah. But no, I remember watching Jordan Belfort's sales training, and I was like, man, that guy knows how to convert people.
Unbelievable. And which is interesting because when we were organizing this event with Jordan Belfort, we haven't spoken to him because we were just speaking to his manager. I'm thinking to myself, look, I run good-sized real estate company as well, and I employ a lot of salespeople, and I learn, and I know a lot about sales. Like, what else can I learn from him? And a couple of weeks ago, Simon and myself had a meeting with Jordan, and we actually had almost like an interview with him just over Zoom. And after 1 hour, I was like, fuck, he's good.
Yeah.
I thought I was good, but he's really good. He's really good. And really look forward to, having him in Australia next week and So he's got 3 massive events and a few dinners as well. I'm actually bringing him to my office to train my staff
Wow.
personally as well. So they're all freaking so excited.
Shit, you hiring?
Pardon?
Are you hiring or?
No, it's because we obviously he's coming here for 3 days. So every minute that we can steal him is so valuable to us.
Yeah.
And but we got some other amazing freaking people that are coming now, which is so exciting.
Awesome. I can't wait to see what that One Life Club turns into. Sounds epic.
Look, it's going to be a long journey, but we are excited and ready.
And what sort of advice would you give? Like, I mean, the point of the podcast is like inspiring people to believe that like getting into their dream car is, truly possible. But, from a person like you who's like done that times 10, like you've probably had 10 of your dream cars, like where to now? Like what really matters once you hit that goal? Because we all know that like no cars coming in the grave of you, it doesn't really matter. What actually matters is that you've lived a life that like is fun and that you really enjoyed. But like once people hit those like materialistic goals of like, oh, tick bucket list item done, like what's next? Yeah, like and for you, like you're there now.
$60 million yacht. Just joking.
Simon told me it was $30 million. Everything else doesn't matter. Now you told me 60.
No, when Simon said interesting talk of Simon. He said other day, you know what? There's no difference after $30 million. I said that's bullshit, Simon. Your house is fucking worth $40 million. I was like, we need more. I say something that. Right now, I chase happiness now.
Yeah.
Small things. And to me, happiness is sitting with you guys because I want to be sitting here. I want to be. So to me, this is everything I'm doing now. I'm chasing happiness because I'm building a fucking $15 to $18 million home now, which is incredible. I'm so blessed. I got a lot of cars and now simple things. I love talking to my mom and dad. Very crucial to me. I see my brother every day. And so with me is I chase happiness and with me I find joy doing something that makes other people happy. I never buy anything for myself and spoil the fuck out of everybody else. Sometimes, obviously, besides cars, clearly. But now, what I've reached that small things matter. Like my happiness is I go fishing. Fucking 10 hours.
Yep.
There's no, I do have a fuck off fishing boat.
And does the rod do its thing by itself? And
no, I'm freaking pulling the fish out like crazy madman. But now, man, my now is financially I've reached. But now my thing is I chase happiness and I want to keep bringing the best out of myself. And I want to keep doing things that I want to do. Now I love everything I'm doing is what I want to do, not because I have to do it. And that is living life on my terms. So that's what I'm chasing now is what I already have. And that is I'm happy. And like somebody asked me, how far are you going to go in business? You want to be worth billion, 10 billion? I was like, man, I just want to keep doing what makes me happy on the journey. And if I have 10 billion or billion or whatever number is, I don't care. Because everything that I want to have now, I do want to have a fucking $60 million yacht. No question asked. I fucking watch yachts every day. I'm obsessed with it. They're going to be 15 to 70 meters, like I want a yacht. But that's not, I just love boats, but do I have to have the $60 million yacht, $70 million yacht? Fuck no. I'm happy with my fishing boat.
Yep.
Super happy with my fishing boat, actually. Tomorrow is a good weather. Do you guys like fishing?
Yeah.
Not
Don't
me.
mind it. I'm not very good at it.
I'm not much of a fisher.
Jesus.
I fucking hate fishing. I'll drive the boat.
Yeah.
I like driving.
So you're not into fishing either?
Mate, I've had a bad experience. My first fishing rod I ever bought, I went up to the Cape on a boys' trip. First time I went in, yanked it, snapped it in half. I was like, fuck this. I hate fishing.
Well, you guys are probably fucking blind. But man, I love fishing. But now, man.
I think it's whatever like is quiet. You know what I mean? Like I like driving. I like, riding my push bike with my headphones in.
Golf.
Just getting away from the noise.
We've started golf lately.
I started playing golf too about 2 years ago. I suck at it, but I love it.
Yeah,
Same
we
here.
suck too.
Yeah.
We use like a box of balls every round. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's organize a round.
Definitely. I got a friend of mine, Jason Akimenis, AFL player, or used to be AFL player, one of the famous ones. And
Does he still have the
blonde hair.
Yeah.
No, he's got a normal hair now. He's got no hair. He's old now.
Yeah.
But we play golf together, and like he's like pro.
Yeah,
And
right.
I am everything opposite. You know what I mean? So, and I asked him like, why is it so fun for you to play golf with me? Because I'm just so terrible. He said, Emil, at least you know you're funny. You say a few jokes. So like that's the reason. Because clearly it's not for golf skills.
Yeah.
But with me now, man, which is interesting because anybody that is crucial for anybody that is young, not to chase Lamborghini, you know, Ferrari. Just chase being the best version of yourself. Do what you love. Do what you enjoy. Money will come. Cars will come. You know, if you're just after Lamborghini, you might be miserable fuck on the way there, on the journey. And don't just wait. You know what? I'm 20 now. Can't wait when when I'm 30 or 40 or whatever the age is, when I have that Lamborghini.
Yeah. Don't wish your life away. Hey.
Obviously, you want to enjoy the journey. You don't want to just have 20 years gone and you don't know where it went, so you drive a Lamborghini today. You wanna enjoy every step of the way, an entire journey of you actually getting there.
Yeah. And that's the way to stay consistent, right? Like, because if you fall in love with the process, it's not a battle every day. Like, you're not pushing shit uphill every single day to try and get through that stuff to get to this golden nugget or get this car or get this house. It's like, I enjoy this shit. Like, even
Big
like
difference.
this Supercar Stories thing, like, it's only in the beginnings, and like, I'm not here thinking, oh, we're just at the start. We got a long way to go. This, that.
We all got a long way to go. Anything we do.
Yeah.
Know? So
This is fun.
But if you do
Yeah,
it
it's
for,
fun,
if you're doing
yeah.
it for the wrong reason, this will be really fucking far.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
guys will suck at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys are doing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I enjoy talking to you guys because it's clearly not like, oh my God, I have to do this interview. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Interesting, something I've been thinking about lately. And I said this to my employees other day and some of my business friends. This is the best time ever to start your own business, and it's the best time to become a good employee. The best time. The best fucking time. And I'll tell you why. A few years ago, I had an uncle that came from Europe to visit us here, and he's 60, at that time he was 66. And I said, Uncle, how long have you worked for, had the same job? He said 48 years. So for 48 years, he had the same fucking job.
Yeah.
48 years.
That's insane.
Like, how many people do you know that had the same job more than fucking 5 or 10?
Yeah.
Well,
If somebody tells you I've been in
10,
my company
you
for
get
10
a gold
years, it's
watch for 10
fuck
years
yeah,
these days.
You get a real gold watch, not
Yeah.
one from China. You know what I mean? So I said and when people come for, let's say, interview, and if I'm interviewing them in my business, and if somebody is 25, I'll ask them one question. Last 5 years, how many jobs you had? They'd be so excited to tell me, I had 15 jobs. I was
ya.
like, buddy,
Bye.
I need you to lie to me.
Yeah.
Make some bullshit up. Because when you tell me you had 15 jobs, first thing comes to my mind, you're not fucking loyal.
Yeah.
You're not loyal, and I don't want that, because then I'm going to be just like a train station. You hop on this one and hop off on the next one, you know what I mean? So now, because everybody wants to be rich today, everybody wants quick money, want pay rises, people don't want to work. It's so hard to find good employees. So any employee that is working for the good company that would recognize their work, any employee that wants to work 1 or 2 hours extra every week, be accessible on the weekend, you know what I mean? Work twice as harder. Good companies will recognize that. You'll fucking thrive. And if you want to work for somebody, they will recognize that. You'll be rewarded and so on. You know what I mean? Not like, I started today and tomorrow I can have a 20 grand pay rise. Why?
Yep.
What have you done for my business for me to pay you more? Have you contributed more? No, well, don't fucking ask.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So now, because we are living, everybody, every kid wants to be a YouTuber. Who wants to be a mechanic these days? Who wants to be a fucking bricklayer these days? Nobody. Too hard. Let's just create little videos and fucking, what do you do for a living? And YouTuber making $1 million. Nobody wants to work anymore because everything looks so fun on social media. They see people like me drive nice cars. I want that today, not realizing I've been fucking pissing blood for 20 odd years to afford one.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So now anybody wants to be a good employee, your competition is shit. Starting your business, so these days, any young person who wants to start a business, first thing is they want to go and raise money. Not earn it, prove the concept, and then maybe raise it. No, fuck that. So, and it's so easy to give up. People start something a little bit too hard. Oh, fuck it, I'll shut it down, I'll get a job or start something again. People are not, if you have a little bit of savage fucking in you, if you're a little bit that ruthless mindset that you believe you can do shit, I can go through that fucking concrete wall, you'll just crash everybody because people are fucking soft. People are soft. Competition is fucking soft in any, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to work harder. With me, why am I sitting here? I have outworked any competitor. Any competitor. They work 18 hours a day. Fuck you, I will work till I'm dead.
Yep.
I'll work till I'm sleeping. Once I was working and I'm sitting on my desk. Next, you know how I knew that I stopped working? Because I fell asleep while I'm sitting on my chair and I fucking hit my head so hard on the table.
Yeah.
Because I fell asleep, you know, I was whatever I was doing and hit my head. And then I was like, okay, go sleep under the table. Or I have a couch still to this day on my... And so with me is if you can fucking be that savage and believe, you know what, any competitor, fucking I'm going to outwork you. I will outwork you every fucking day of the week. I will outwork you. You think you can work hard? Well, you know what? Just come to me.
Yep.
Come to me. Just fucking watch me. You know what I mean? So if you're thinking like that, easy to crash. Anybody else is like, fucking just come. You want to be my competition? You fucking get ready.
Good
because
luck. Yeah.
I am there for fucking blood.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's how you got to attack business, right?
With me, it's like, you know, when I start something, no going back. Only, and I put so much pressure on me. I put so much pressure on me. If I don't make this work, I'm dead. Physically. Somebody put bullet to my head. So I don't want to die. I like living. So might as well make it work.
Yep.
And these times when people are just, you know, any little bit of hard time, oh, you know, it's too hard, you know. Fuck too hard. Of course it's hard. Living is hard. Jesus. You know, everything is hard if you see it like that. With me, it's like, fuck that.
Yep.
And like going back to what you said before, like, isn't it what you signed up for? Like,
I signed up for this shit.
yeah, like if people have a goal to like be in business and be at the pinnacle and be in the top 1%, of course that's going to be hard. Similar to being in the top 1% of athletes, top 1% of powerlifters, top 1% of anything. You're
man.
better than 99% of the competition. Like you've had to push through all of that.
And look,
It's like always going to be hard.
The thing is, we are so lucky. We all won lottery, but by coming out of our mother's vaginas. You could be fucking a tree. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like,
How did you know what I did last weekend?
you know what I mean? Like you could be a fucking sheep. Like we
Yep.
were fucking born. We got given this fucking life, man.
Uh,
We got live, and don't forget, we are only tourists. We are only fucking tourists
Absolutely.
on this life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Only tourists. That's it.
Yep. Make the most of it.
Fucking tourist guys, and you know what? Think about this. How old are you?
38.
38. How old are you?
35.
33.
So you guessed right, you know.
Yeah, I just go by the looks, buddy. But now the reality is, you know, when you really think about it, life went so fast, right?
Like
And-
that, man.
But at this age, when you're 33, 35, 38, and 44, you think to yourself, oh, fuck, you know, it didn't go too fast. One thing I always suggest to any individual, go and speak to somebody who's 95 years old or 90. Ask them one question. How fast did life go? Do you think any of them going to tell you, oh my God, it took forever to get here? Every one of them is going to say, hey, fuckers, I started living today and I finished tomorrow. You know, one thing that I watched the other day, one guy says, you know, life feels like I open one door and next thing is I'm walking out of the room straight away.
Yep.
Nobody's going to tell you it took forever. Every one of them is going to say it fucking went fast. So life is not a fucking rehearsal. You know what? Hey, I'm 95. Fucking that was amazing. Let's go again.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Buddy, when we get certain point, if you get to live that long, all over.
Yep.
All over.
Speaking of people that age, your parents still alive?
Yes.
As you said?
very, very amazing.
What do they think of your path? Because that's pretty incredible.
Ooh.
Like
I had, some of them died, 12 uncle and aunties. And, which is interesting. My dad's grandmother had 22 kids.
Wow.
that's insane.
Fucking baby factory.
Then no TV. I don't know.
You know what I mean? And I don't know how to make fucking one. But she had 22 kids. So, all my family, everybody grew so poor, And my dad worked for somebody all his life, not last, 20 years since my brother and myself are here because he works with us. But he worked for somebody, before all his life worked for somebody. And my mom was house mom. And, so they didn't know any better, very humble family, very humble family. Just before I go answering your questions, I'll tell you a funny story. Because my family is so humble, and, you can't tell mom I bought bought an expensive car, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, son, why didn't you just, buy another house or whatever? And because we're humble family. So, a couple of years ago, I bought one Ferrari F8 2020. I was the first one in Queensland, if not the country, that bought it. And my mom seen it. She said, son, how much did you pay for it? The car was 650 grand car. She said, how much did you pay for it? I was like, fucking, I can't tell mom the truth, I'm gonna lie. I said, mom, I paid 100. I said, I paid 100. She said, what? I said, I paid. How much did you pay? I said, I paid 150,000. Mom looked at me. $150,000 you paid for the car. She almost had a heart attack. I was like, fuck, thanks, fuck, I didn't tell her 650. I didn't have a fucking heart attack, you know what I mean? So I come from a humble family, and so, in my family, in all the uncles and aunties and all the kids, it's normal to... what's normal is you finish your school, you get a job, and you raise a family, and you have a family, and that's normal. That's all my entire family is like that.
Yeah,
all my family.
It's still evident these days, eh?
Yes, and with mom, I'm and dad, and even when I was trying with the business, and even if I failed, one business that I failed, for example, mom would always say, son, why do you need this? Just get a job, just have a normal life, normal house. Be
safe.
You know what I mean? Be safe. You know what I mean? I said, mom, I said this to my mom a long time ago. Do you want me to be happy? She said, yes. Do you want me to live somebody else's life or mine? She said, yours. Well, let me live it. And this is my life. I've chosen this path. And, but now, before I couldn't tell them, stuff is just so not normal. But now family is okay because, business is it's big enough. They looked after, retired. My dad, I don't let him work, which is interesting. I said, Dad, I'll give you 200 grand a year, just sit at home. And he still comes to my developments first one in the morning because he can't help himself. But I know they're proud because I do work honest way. I know I don't do anything. I'm not a criminal. I didn't, build a drug empire. I built my life in a right way and with hard work. And I know they're proud of. Sometimes, they think like, why are you building a $15 million fucking house? You know what I mean? I said, Mom, why do you buy a car? I said, Mom, let me just, I always explain, Mom, normal person might earn $60,000 a year. I earn a lot more. So like somebody buying 20 grand is same thing for me to buy $1 million car plus or whatever. So I said, it's my life and they're proud of me and they know that, that I do good things like, 2 years ago or last year, I had 2 uncles that passed away. I paid for the funerals and family that's back in Europe, they're not well off, so I looked after a lot of family members and a lot of cousins. I looked after them as well. And they're saying, in every generation of surname, there's going to be one fucking person. In every generation. So over, let's say your family, over last 500 years. My surname goes back to over 600 years, since 1557, I think. So it goes for fucking 500-600 years. But they're saying in every family, family tree, there's going to be one person that's going to change generations for 20 fucking generations after that. And you know, I know what I have done and sacrifices I paid. I know I'm changing, and I've changed for generations after me when I'm dead.
Yep.
You know, and that to me is important. Money is not everything, right? You know, money is not everything by any fucking means. But I tell you, where it helps.
Yep.
I tell you where it helps. Out of you three, who's got kids?
Yep.
You got kids?
Two kids. Yep.
One kid. So I will ask you a question, and ask a lot of my guys that are working for me a question. If you die today, will your family be okay tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Not many people can say that. Do you know what I mean? And I asked, for example, one of my, let's say, real estate agents, if you die today, will your family be okay tomorrow? Will your wife be stressed because she's got a loan and, you know, she can't pay it off, you know what I mean? And, you know, kids can't go to good schools and they can't have good sandwiches and, you know what I mean? I would be fucking stressed from heaven or hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if the answer is, oh, you know, my family wouldn't be okay, but work fucking harder. Go and work fucking harder.
Yep.
Because when you go, you want people, and you don't know, fuck, you know, I went to a funeral today, guy's 39 years old. 39. Yeah, last month, there was his name is Jonathan, amazing, great developer that I actually looked up to from the development, property development point of view. Guy was so ahead of time, 46, worth 800 million. 2 years ago, got diagnosed with cancer, died last month.
Wow.
So beautiful guy, well respected, he's had everything in the world, and he died. And so I always say to people that if you don't know when you're going to die, so if you die tomorrow, is your family going to be okay? You know, money is not everything. They don't need Lamborghinis and Ferraris. Of course, they're going to be sad because they lost you, but you still want your kids to be okay. You still want them to eat well. You don't want your wife to, oh my God, you know what, I have to get 2 jobs now. Because you don't want it to meet some good-looking fucker, you know what I mean? And so, you know, you're thinking to yourself, you know, she's going to work 2 jobs now, and, you know, she'll never see them. They might grow up without father. You know, how are they going to survive? You know what? If I died 15 years ago, I'd be probably angry at myself up there. Now, for generations of my family, you know, yes, they're going to be fucking sad, but they will be okay. So in every family, there's going to be a fucking person. And you know, why not that be you? You know, why not that be you, that you can change generations of your surname for better?
When did you know that was you?
This sounds like fucking crazy. I knew, I swear, when I was 4 or 5 years old, hey, that I wasn't then, because what the fuck, when I didn't have $2. But then I knew all my life, I knew that I was brought to this planet, Earth, to make a difference for better. I knew it. I didn't know where I'm going to be. I always knew I'm going to go somewhere far with my life, but I didn't know, you know, how far I'm going to go. But I knew that I'm here to make a difference. I knew that. And I knew that. And at a very young age, and I understood then, and more now than ever, that, man, we are only tourists on this planet.
Yep.
You're all going to be fucking dead. So,
yeah, bad days coming for everyone. That's the one thing that everyone has in common. It's all going to come for us eventually.
you know, we've got to live in the meantime.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Cool.
Definitely cool. Love being here.
Yeah, thanks, Emil. Thanks for coming. Appreciate the.
I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm just starting.
We're just getting round up.
This is like a fucking first part. In my mind, like this goes for about 12 hours.
Yeah.
And no, it's been a pleasure, guys. And I love what you're doing. And you guys seems like a good humans. And the studio you made is freaking unbelievable. Great concept. Great concept.
Yeah, we'll
Keep
have to
inspiring, man.
Yeah, we'll have to get some. We may be able to do some collaboration with, like,
100%,
some
man.
of the network that's out there and some
Absolutely.
of your guests.
Get round 2 on.
Yeah, we do
And
a
then,
private. We do a little private whiskey night here as well. I don't know if you'd be interested in coming to that every now and then.
Do you play poker?
I love Texas Hold'em.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't play it every day, but
There's $50 buy-in though. You're gonna be right for that.
I might bring my Tesla here to freaking so I save money on petrol because that thing chews petrol.
He's got a Sky Dweller on. He's fine. He's fine for.
It's from China, but it's $20. Just kidding. Look, I wouldn't even know how to buy one from China. I'll definitely,
next poker night we'll hit you
100%, man.
Yeah.
I haven't played
a lot
poker.
of fun.
I haven't played poker in a long time, but my biggest memory with poker was I played with a guy called Joe Hashem. He won, big game in Vegas, the World Poker Tournament.
Yeah.
He has won that in 2006, and at that time he won like $12 million. If you Google him, Joe Hashem, so he's from Melbourne. So he's and I played poker with him long time ago, and I think I beat him in one game. So I probably lost 15 games after that against him, but I beat him once. So I was like, I beat that world poker champion in one game. Probably got lucky. But, cool.
We should probably get Pete's over in Morocco, and he's dialed in. I think he's probably got a couple of questions for Emil as well.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, well, if we can cut over to Pete.
Here we go.
It's pretty cool. Cutting over to Morocco.
How are you going? I've been enjoying the conversation so far. Emil, thanks so much for sharing your
so fucking
story.
fun. You're not going to enjoy it after this.
Look, I guess I'm curious at the challenge of many entrepreneurs starting out, and you mentioned this when you were starting. The bank didn't want to give you finance. Now they're throwing money at you, and I've had exactly the same journey. Being an entrepreneur, starting in my teens, the banks didn't want to give me any money, and now when I don't need it, they're giving me all the money that I want. I'm curious, considering you've spent a lot of time working in the property and the finance game, what have you learned along the way of creative ways of finding funding that might be useful for other entrepreneurs starting out that are having trouble either raising capital or finding funding for their projects? Or is your philosophy that people should just start with zero and bootstrap and, build up the money themselves as they're starting a venture?
Good question, buddy. And by the way, how is weather in Morocco?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. 30 degrees, warm, sunny.
Tell you one thing. There's one thing I'm not a fan of now. Is it gets dark at 5:30.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's I love summertime here. Interesting. This is my suggestion. If I looking back now is I always say for any startups, it's people. Maybe I'm old school, and I'll tell you why I'm thinking like this. People need to work hard, save some of their own money. Put their own money into the idea, whatever it is. Start proving the concept first that it works, and then you can go and raise funds. Because if people come to me now, for example, people come to me every week, and when they come to me, I always ask them, how much of your own money did you put in? He said, nothing. Okay, so your risk factor is 0. But imagine if you work 3 years as a fucking mechanic. You work, instead of 8 hours, you work 16 hours, and you save $25,000, and you put every fucking dollar you had into this business, and it's getting traction. So that's attractive to me. But if you just come, I got an idea, stick your idea up your ass, go and prove it first. Give me a bit of a taste that is working. And specifically, when I know you work really hard, and you put every dollar that you have in your business, that gives me confidence that, hey, you got something on the table too, and you don't want to lose it. And so it gives them more reason to be also attached to idea. So any startup, go man, put some of your own money that you work so hard for into idea, prove that concept is working a little bit, is getting somewhere, and then go and talk to people about investing money. Because if you haven't, if you just got an idea, even if you build a website for whatever it is, and if you can't prove to somebody that you have actually worked your fucking ass off to save a dollar and put it into the business, I wouldn't be interested. So my advice to anybody, go and work fucking hard, work 3 jobs, drive Uber as a 4th job, save money, put every fucking thing on the table, and then go and talk to investors. Because investors would be attracted to knowing that, you know what, you hustled already before the hustle starts.
Yeah, I like that. And the other thing I've been thinking about as you've been talking is like you've got that hustle that's in you, it's in your blood. Obviously, as someone who's come from adversity, and I think that grit of survival obviously translates into the results that you've been able to get, because you can get up and start at 5 a.m. and finish at 11 p.m. and not complain. When I meet other young entrepreneurs, often they're missing that fire. And I come from an immigrant family myself. I'm second generation, so it's generational in my family, but it's, for me, again, just part of my blood as well. How can others find that within themselves? Like, what would your advice be for them? Because if they don't have the lived experience of the same level of struggle, they might not have the same level of grit embodied in them. But, how can someone find that if they're trying to find the motivation or find the energy to bring that hustle when it's needed to build a business from scratch?
Good question, buddy. Look, I always say that every one of us needs to have a conversation with ourselves. And this is how it goes. True story. Look at yourself in the fucking mirror. And a lot of people that are looking themselves in the mirror see everything but themselves in it, right? They see everything but themselves in it. Because they all want to be successful, right? All of those people that might not have that burning fire within them, they all want to be successful. They all want to drive Lamborghini, and they're dreaming and talking about it, and it never happens. So they need to have a conversation with themselves, but see themselves in it and ask themselves, am I doing well? Don't bullshit. Am I doing well? Look at the facts. Just you in the fucking mirror. Am I doing well? Mirror is the best conversation you can ever say. And the mirror will tell you, hey, dick face, you're not doing well. You lazy fuck. You're waking up 8 o'clock in the morning. You work 6 hours a day. Of course you're fucking, not doing well. I want to be successful. Okay, mirror will ask you, what are you fucking doing to be successful? I don't have the burning fire within me. Okay, great. Stay that way, you will never achieve anything. Is that what you want? No, but wake the fuck up. Have that wake up call, wake the fuck up. Realize that nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to say, hey, I'm going to give you that irate. Who gave you irate?
You.
My blood, sweat, and tears.
Who gave it to you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so guess what? Yeah. Wake the fuck up. Nobody will give you anything. Fucking nobody. So wake the fuck up and face the reality of life. Ask yourself a question by talking to a mirror, and after 10 minutes, you're going to see if you see a real fucking human or piece of shit in it. If you see piece of shit in it, which most of us will probably do, well, wake the fuck up and do something about it. Simple as fucking that. Simple as that. That mirror will give you a reason why to live, because mirror will tell you, hey, buddy, everything you're doing now is not working. If it's not working, so you either wake the fuck up, work harder, find the reasons why you should do it. Don't find the reasons why you can't do it, because people will say, hey, I don't have a rich mom and dad. It's hard for me, I'm struggling, and I got no money, what I mean? Find the reasons why you will be good at it. Don't start picking on shit why you can't. Find the fucking reasons why you can conquer the world.
Yeah, that's quite interesting you say that, because the last question that I wanted to ask you was, you're sitting here and having a pretty normal conversation with us, but also talking about.
Who said you guys are fucking normal?
But for most people who are probably listening, if they're in earlier stages of business, that's just it's an obscene amount of money. Simon selling his business for 300, half his business for 300 million. That's an obscene amount of money as well. And my curiosity was, what do you think makes you different to others? But what I think I'm getting the sense of is the ability to have that brutal conversation with yourself, but then put it into action. Because I think plenty of people might look at themselves in the mirror and have a real conversation with themselves about, oh, what am I doing with my life? But they might just not change anything.
Which means they're bullshitting to themselves while they're talking to the mirror.
There you go. Okay.
You know what I mean? I was like, fuck, man. It's like, simple thing is, we all have to ask ourselves, we are all architects of our own life. What do I want out of life? Draw the fucking map. What do I want? Okay, what are you going to do about it to get there? Nothing. Well, buddy, leave it as a picture on the wall, not a fucking real thing. Simple as that. So if you really fucking want it, if you really want to achieve that, hey, take action. Take action and be ready to pay the fucking price. But only do it if it makes you happy. And if you want to be successful, you need to want it more than the guy that sits next to you. And I tell you what, I want it more than anybody.
You want to fight?
Over poker game. Over poker game, buddy.
Right, we'll do it.
There's 200,000 buy-in now, mate.
Oh, yeah, $50, man. And I'll tell you what, I will fight for fucking. I like winning. So it's not about $50 or 200 grand. I want to win, man. I love fucking winning.
All right, I reckon we're gonna have a good game.
Look,
if you can squeeze in a late night poker night with Belfort and you down at the shed with the tables set up, we'll get all the entertainment lined up for you guys.
yeah, I'm sure that Belfort will ask for specific entertainment, no cameras.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Thanks for ringing in, Pete.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Thank you, buddy. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, well, I think we'll wrap it up there. I think we've got heaps of value bombs out of that, Emil. So, yeah, really appreciate you coming down.
This won't be
Thank
the
you.
last time.
Yeah, it won't be the last
This has
time.
been really enjoyable, and I think the viewers will get a lot out of it. So we'll definitely be for round 2, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. Thank you very much it's been a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
Got to check out this thing too.
Oh, yeah, we'll go check out the car.
Yeah.
Jai's sitting upstairs. I don't know if Jai can dial in. Or can he put the camera on or not?
Oh, don't know. Yes, he can. There you go.
There he is. Jai's going to get some sick shots around the car.
No issues, man.
Show the viewers the car. So jump on the Supercar Stories Instagram. There'll be some reels up there of the car once the potty goes live. And stay tuned. Follow Emil on Instagram as well if you want some more value bombs like this. He drops heaps of them in the stories.
The One Life Club.
The One Life Club. No bullshit on Emil's story either. It's just super raw and authentic. So give him a follow.
Thank you, guys.
Easy.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Done.
Catch up.